All right, guys, we have some stuff to discuss going on in the world of The Walking Dead revolving around Maggie, played by Lauren Cohan. Now, the first thing, the most important thing is her contract. I thought this was, for the most part, I thought this was all resolved. But reading the most recent articles and what some news sources are coming out saying, it doesn't look good, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't look good at all. And we'll get into that. That's the most important. Let me get this other thing out of the way real quick. Researching this, the contract stuff, I came across a lot of headlines, a lot of clickbait about an ultimate crazy crossover with Maggie Green going into Fear the Walking Dead for Season 5. I don't know how people come up with these fucking headlines. It is not. It's like, Maggie Green will be in Fear the Walking Dead in Season 5. And then when you read the article, they even admit, it's probably not going to happen. It's like, holy shit, people. I don't get it. I don't get how people continue to support these sites and fall for their shit, you know? Anyway, so to break it down real quick, it is absolute bullshit. All that happened is both actors were in a show together, and he put a picture, Garrett Dillahunt, holy crap, almost forgot his name. He put a picture up of him and Lauren Cohan on the show, and then he said crossover in the hashtags or something like that on Instagram, and people went nuts. It has nothing to do with Walking Dead. That's not going to happen. I mean, anything's possible, right? But that feels like a huge what the hell for the storyline. So at this moment, that's just something that was maybe a little tease or a prank or a joke done by an actor that got blown up because the internet loves clickbait because it brings in the money. So let's get that out of the way. I don't put any stock in that. If it becomes true or starts to become true, we will pay more attention to that. But moving on to the most important thing, Lauren Cohan's contract. Now, if you don't know, she was in negotiations after season 8 with AMC because her contract was ending, and she was picking up a new contract for season 9. Apparently, AMC wasn't going to pay her what her and her camp felt she deserved. And we don't have, at this time, I don't believe we have any specifics. We don't know if she's asking for like way too much, way more than this character is worth. We don't know if she's asking for something that's, that she should get, and they're just being stingy, which knowing, AMC in the past history and the lawsuits, that's probably likely. So Lauren Cohan wants more money. They get in this little bit of a negotiation, I don't know what to call it. There's both sides are not happy. They didn't, they're not signing contracts. And then Lauren Cohan put herself up for other series. She gets this job on ABC. I'm sorry. She gets this Whiskey Cavalier pilot. I believe that's what it's called. And then ABC ends up picking that up for a series. Now, I did not know this previously, but traditionally in Hollywood, they said, I believe it was the Hollywood Reporter said that normally when you're on a show, they will let you go to another show for around 3 episodes, not really more than that, unless there's something big going on. But if you look at the articles, it seems weird because The Walking Dead is the main thing. That's like the main shit. This kind of reminds me of Superman, like Superman versus, Justice League. You have Superman and Justice League, it's huge, and then you got Mission Impossible, right? He went and did that. And it's, okay, it's Mission Impossible, it's big, but it's not as big as Justice League. But Mission Impossible, because that was his new job, he was contractually obligated to keep the mustache. He couldn't even work around that. You know what I mean? For the Justice League, hundreds of millions of dollars had to go into this, this is a huge production. And it's insane he couldn't just shave the mustache and then grow it back for the other. I don't know. It's nuts how one show can have more power over the other, and it feels like this Whiskey Cavalier, which honestly, it looks like it'll probably just get canceled after a season, to be honest. It does look like for the type of shows that's on ABC and NBC and stuff like that, yes, I can see a certain audience really liking this. For me, I feel like the trailer left out something. It feels a little empty. It's like, okay, it's like the old buddy cop, but kind of remixed, you know what I mean? Now, Whiskey Cavalier is going to allow her, and that's what blows my mind. They're going to allow her to film a few episodes on The Walking Dead. It should be like The Walking Dead will allow you to do the other show. But I get it. You're signing new contracts with Whiskey Cavalier, and then you go back to AMC, and then you sign your new contracts. But if you read, this comes from Vanity Fair. It says a couple interesting things here. It says, sources tell The Hollywood Reporter that ABC and Whiskey Cavalier producers are willing to let Cohan come back to The Walking Dead in a limited capacity. How did I screw that word up? Possibly to conclude Maggie's storyline altogether, depending on what the actress and AMC decide. Cohan first put herself up for the pilot season when her and ABC were unable to reach a salary agreement for her new contract. The actress is not seeking pay parity with co-stars Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus, but she and her camp were reportedly nonetheless underwhelmed with what the network was willing to offer. Should Cohan and AMC reach an agreement, THR notes the actress's new ABC contract leaves open the possibility for her to return to The Walking Dead on a limited basis. Ouch. Excuse me. That doesn't sound good. Anyway, the real determining factor then, apart from whether Cohan and AMC can reach an agreement on pay, will be scheduling. And then it goes on to say that the series will, it'll make her free when they film, and they film in the summer, and The Walking Dead films in the spring. They go on to say that different type of stuff. But down here it says, traditionally, right here, her contract will likely stipulate how many episodes she's free to do for another series. The industry standard, THR reports, has traditionally been 3, which would obviously grant Maggie far less screen time than fans are used to. But as sources tell THR, casting directors have relaxed on that front in recent years, which might mean there's room for more. The bottom line, Maggie probably won't disappear from The Walking Dead come season 9, but it seems likely she won't enjoy the prominent role the series appeared to be building for her over the last 2 seasons. It's possible that scheduling will work out, and that ABC will bend the rules to allow Cohan to return as a series regular when she isn't filming her show. And the actress and AMC will work out a salary agreement that works for everyone. But given how many variables appear to be at play, it doesn't seem wise to hold your breath. Another article up here, and this is the most recent article. This comes from Dateline Hollywood. It says here that the Whiskey Cavalier means Cohan won't be able to return to The Walking Dead full time for the life of her new ABC series. Real quick, let me clarify something. The Whiskey Cavalier, they made a pilot, right? And then they shopped it around to different networks. ABC picked it up. So that's just the skinny of that, because I've seen so many people being like, wait a minute, are they doing Whiskey Cavalier or not? First they make the pilot, that's the first episode, and then they go to a network and they say, hey, this is what we have in mind for the first season, here's the first episode. Based on that pilot, they'll either pick it up or reject it. Well, they picked it up, which means now that the actors get into negotiations for the rest of the season. Now, this is what becomes important, where I think like a week or 2 ago, one of you guys in the Matt family said that you read an article stating that Lauren Cohan signed a contract for only the first half of The Walking Dead season 9. And I was in disbelief in the live stream. I'm like, I don't understand why they would do that. For me, that might be something that's norm. That might be a norm in Hollywood, but I can't picture that. You have an actress on for the whole season, or an actor. You need them in the show. You know what I mean? You can't have them go, I don't like this contract. Pay me $10 trillion or I'm not coming back. And it's like, well, we already filmed half the season. We need you back. So that blew my mind. That's actually true. These reports are stating that Lauren Cohan signed a deal where she's going to be in 6 out of 8 episodes in the first half of season 9. And whether they start filming right away, or they said they could take a break with the new series, meaning they have the pilot done, they're going to do the season, but they're not going to film until later on. That might mean that she is open for, or I presume she is open for, the rest of season 9. But here's the thing. If AMC is unsure of whether or not Maggie is going to continue in season 9B, in season 10. Won't they? Because they start writing that, like they're writing episodes a few weeks before they're filming them. They have an outline, whatever, but I believe they're writing the episodes. No, I think they have most of them written now. I think their style is most of them written before they start filming. But that's the thing, is it blows my mind that they would go into this contract not knowing whether this character is going to continue for. So maybe they have an idea. Okay, if it's not going to work with Lauren Cohan, we know how to get rid of her or kill her character off, in the second half, in this episode or that episode. And that's what makes me super nervous about this, because Maggie's storyline is there's something big between her and Negan that I really want them to get to. It's not a game breaker, game changer. It's not going to break the world of The Walking Dead. It's not like a new, Glenn death moment. But it's a moment that I think they can really amp up in the show. And I think it could bring some very powerful performances. Absolutely. So I'm looking forward to that. But if they got to scrap all that because they can't come into an agreement, oh my God, that is horrible. I mean, that sucks. And I've said this before, how I feel with acting. I view it differently. Acting and sports, I do feel differently with that stuff as I do normal jobs. Like what's something that's like in sports, people are protesting while they're like football players. I'm not in the know. I don't read the articles. I don't watch sports. I just know the protesting. Maybe if I looked into it, I'd feel a little different. But right away off the top of my head, I think, no, you protest, you get fined, fired, I don't know, get rid of you. Because this is your job. The only reason people care is because you're famous. And the way I look at it, you're famous, you got delicious booty every other night, you got all this money, you're living a life that most of us could only dream of. Shut up and throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for actors. Don't come to an awards show and preach to us, regular people. We're too stupid to figure it out on our own without these rich brats telling us how it is. No, shut up and entertain us. That's what you're there for. Same thing for me. If I sit there and I get, too big for my britches, you guys remind me, Ronnie, shut the fuck up and entertain us. That's what you're here for. That's it, Yes, outside of what you're doing, you can yada, yada, yada. And like I said, with football, let me just clarify that. People only care because they're famous. If, Joe Schmo working a regular job protests at his job, he's going to get fired, and no one out there, none of you out there will care. No one. All the people commenting, let them protest while nobody cares about the regular person protesting. We only care because they're famous. We're watching them on TV. So that's that's why I look at it as just play the damn game you're getting paid for. Same thing with acting. Like Maggie. Or Lauren Cohan, she gets this show. She's growing her career. Her career before The Walking Dead. How many of you heard of Lauren Cohan before The Walking Dead? The Walking Dead made her. For her to turn around and say, no, I want more money or I'm gone, I have problems with that. Now, here's the thing. If AMC's being stingy, and if that is true, and they're not just paying her what she deserves, I have problems with that. I think AMC should just pay the woman what she deserves and get the fucking TV show filmed already. However, if she is asking for more money than, that role should get, then yeah, I have a problem with that. Just take what you're getting, do your other, movies and yada, 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 work your career around. Just be happy that your career is this big because of this show that you're now dangling in front of the fans. Like, we built up this thing, but I'm going to leave because it's a few $10,000 less than what I wanted, or $100,000 less than what I wanted for the whatever. But like I said, I personally feel like it's probably AMC who's being stingy here. I'd be shocked if it came out that she was asking for way too much, just based on the past. Everyone's suing AMC for AMC not wanting to pay them. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's suing them for money that they feel they deserve. So let's see, this last article, let me wrap this up. This is a lot longer than I expected, but I like chit-chatting with you guys, and sometimes I run on and on. Anyway, beyond that, Laura, okay, it says that Following the lengthy negotiations, Cohan recently closed a deal to, okay, this is what we talked about, to appear in 6 out of the 8 episodes in the first half of season 9, which she will wrap before production starts on Whiskey Cavalier this summer. Beyond that, Cohan has been cleared to do multiple episodes during her hiatus from the ABC show, but she still will need to negotiate a deal for that if AMC wants her to continue. Pivotal figure on the series based on, okay, and then they go on here. So yeah, you guys can look this up and see if there's any more information to dig out of this. I think we covered it pretty much, but the only reason I'm dedicating so much time to this is because I have a bad feeling about this. Something here is just off, you know. There's definitely something off about this. I don't think it's looking good, to be honest. I do think this is going to affect what they originally had planned for her storyline. I'll be honest about that. I don't think we're going to get the same storyline that we originally would have gotten because of all this going on. Again, I'll be honest about that. It's not looking good. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but as at this time, it's just not looking good for Maggie Green on the World of the Walking Dead. I am holding out hope, though, that everything works out and, you know, they pay the woman what she deserves. They get, you know, the contracts taken care of. And then us selfish fans, we get our entertainment. Shut up and entertain us, right? Oh, man, I'm going to have to listen back. I know I worded something wrong. I know it, you know, because I don't get into the sports stuff. I don't watch it. I don't care. I care about, you know, issues, absolutely. Just because I don't care about the sports and yada yada. And just because I don't care about them protesting, let me clarify that. There's issues that I absolutely care about. There's some issues that I'm in agreement with. My whole disagreement, though, is like, it's your job. Like, shut up and throw the ball. Same thing with acting. Shut up and entertain us. So I'm going to shut up and stop entertaining you. I'm a bit of a hypocrite, but I got to move on to my next video. So maybe in a few hours or tomorrow, I think we'll post up the next video. That is going to be, I forget what we got coming up. Oh, we have a Fear the Walking Dead video. I didn't know this, but Fear the Walking Dead is not going to be on next Sunday. So we have an open live stream next Sunday. Anyway, leave some questions down below, Q&A questions. We're going to have an open live stream, 10:30, because there's no Fear the Walking Dead episode coming. But stay tuned in a few hours on the channel. I got a video talking about Fear the Walking Dead. So anyway, comments about this Maggie Rhee situation in the World of the Walking Dead, put those down below. I'm done talking. It's your turn.